Hey guys, I just want to do a little shout out here to a couple of guys. What we have here is the Tekin FXR speed controller with the T35 heavy duty brushed motor, and then we have back here the Castle 2200 kV 1515 brushless motor for 1/8 scale, and the sidewinder 8th 6S LiPo 90 amp peak, or 90 amp max, 8 amp peak. God, I cannot talk today. 90 amp max, 8 amp peak BEC. Okay, now I got that out of the way. I just want to do a little shout out to the two guys that I got these from. I got these on the Radio Control auction block on Facebook. I'm not going to say prices, just so nobody gets mad and butt hurt and whatnot. But I got a really good price for both of them. So let me kind of go into what I know about these. We'll start here. This, I believe, was used in an Axial SCX10. I don't remember exactly what he said it was, but it does look like it's been heavily used, but it does work fine. I plugged it in, no problems. The only thing is I have to take the end here and I'm gonna fix it, make it look a little neater, and the center plug, one right in the middle, it keeps coming out when I try to plug it in, so I'm just going to cut that off and put a new one on there. Not a big deal. Since here recently, if you've been watching my videos, I waterproofed, I didn't do that on video, but I waterproofed a Tekin RX8 speed controller for my Summit, and so I was like, you know what, I'll go ahead and take this apart and waterproof it. Well, it turns out he's already done that for me. Well, not for me, but he already waterproofed it. So while I had already had it apart, I just did some touch-ups, and you can see it right there on what's sticking out of the board. I just touched it up, and there were a couple spots that looked like they were faded or rubbed a little bit just from vibration. So I cleaned them up and just kind of redid it. Not too much, just a little bit. So I just want to give a shout out to Jonathan Mathews for the FXR and the 35T or T35 heavy duty motor here. Thanks, man. This is going to go into my Axial SCX10 Dodge Power Wagon, and I got some brand new lipos that are itching to be used on this. So we'll go ahead and we'll set that off to the side, or I'll set that back in my box for now until I get ready to install it. And here we have the Castle Creations Sidewinder 8th speed controller and Newcastle 1515 2200 kV 1/8 scale brushless motor. I originally got these to put in my Summit when I had bid on them, and then I did some research and I had already bid, and I had already won it, and by that time I'd kind of done my research a little too late and found that it wouldn't work for what I needed, but it is still a great system. I am not going to get rid of it. I am actually going to donate it to my brother, who I am building the military slash 4x4, which you've probably seen on my channel. I don't have many videos of it because we haven't been doing a lot with it, but this will be going in it. He'll be running it on probably just 4S LiPo, maybe 3. I got to see what this can handle, what the lowest it is that it can handle. I'm going to redo it because he's going to be using the Traxxas plugs. It'll be the only RC that he has unless he decides to get something else, and if he wants to switch back over to Dean's, then we'll do it, but that just means I get a free Dean's connector and get rid of my Traxxas ones. So this has only been used a handful of times from what I've been told. It's still very good. The magnets in here are very, very tight still. Feels very good when you can get it to turn. I did put it in my Summit to test it out, and perfect. Ran it on I hooked it up to 3S LiPo, and it would run. I wouldn't necessarily run it on the ground. I held it up and just ran it that way just to test it, since I already have the Summit taken apart and had the tires and wheels off of it. But I wouldn't run it on 3S by itself. But the only problem is that the tab is broken off there, but that's not a big deal. It's still screwed into my Summit. You can see there it's supposed to look like that, and it looks like that. I was still able to screw it into the Summit and hook it up and get it tied down without using zip ties. Fan works. Everything's perfect on it. So I have no complaints, and I want to thank. I'm sorry I forget your if I get your last name wrong. Jonathan M. Dingui. I'm not sure how to say your last name. Dingui. Thanks, man. This thing is going to go in. Like I said, it's going to go into the military / 4x4 project for my brother. He hasn't seen it yet. He knows it's coming, but he doesn't know what it looks like. I didn't tell him exactly what it is either, so he can't just Google search it. This is kind of a surprise for him. And a big upgrade from the 3800 kV Castle Creation Sidewinder Short Course Edition that we had bought for it and have not used. So this is going to go in it, which means I have to do a couple of more upgrades and maybe a little bit of modification to get this in there and working properly. So that's it for today, guys. I appreciate y'all stopping by, and thanks again to Jonathan Mathews for the Tekin FXR, and to Jonathan Dingui, sorry if I got it wrong again, for the Castle Creations Sidewinder 8th. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Should have more videos up soon. Take it easy.